Hello everyone, Justine Bunny here, reporting to you live from the scene of an accident. The police have yet to reveal a statement, but as far as we are concerned, it looks like an individual was brutally and viciously attacked. The victim has been ID'd as a famous YouTuber going by the name of 2Pro4U Games. We are unaware of his current whereabouts at this time, but it does seem that he is still alive at this moment. So if you have any idea of where he could possibly be, please give us a call at 1-800-555-4444. The police commissioner did say that he would be issuing a statement here in a couple minutes, so we're going to be waiting for that. But until then, back to the studio, Bob. Yo, what is up, Sexy Beast? Special Detective Agent Bald Rabbit here, and today I have yet another spicy reaction video for you guys. Today's video is going to be MrDalekJD's worst to best Wonder Weapons video, and oh boy, it's going to be very, very good. So as usual, I have yet to watch this full thing. I do have some spark notes on it, so that way I kind of know what I'm getting into, and it's gonna be a very, very interesting list. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. But in this video, he did a lot of other Wonder Weapons from like Exo Zombies and stuff like that. I'm just gonna skip that. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know enough about him to actually judge or give my opinion on him, so we're gonna skip them. I never cared much about those games, and I just don't care enough to really go learn about it. So we're gonna skip those Wonder Weapons. We're just gonna focus on Treyarch stuff. So with all that said, let's go ahead, get right into this video.
I thought we'd take it one step further and really have a massive debate.
Ready for this debate?
Ranking every single Wonder Weapon in Call of Duty Zombies from worst to best. Now, if you guys haven't counted, there's 47
a lot of Wonder Weapons
in
like
Call of Duty
half
Zombies.
Of that's like Treyarch,
this
but the other half's
is
like
by
other
no
zombies.
means a quick video. This has taken absolutely forever to edit, to get all the footage together, and of course to sit down and list
going
every
around
single
50 for every single
and
one.
rank it from
Yeah,
worst
it's not fun.
to best. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure...
Alright, so I think he's going to commit the sin that everybody else so far has committed. He's not going to explain how he's ranking them. He's not going to explain the criteria for what it takes to be the best Wonder Weapon. I hate to keep being this guy, and hate to keep saying it, but if you're going to make a list, at least explain how you're ranking them. Just saying worst to best doesn't mean anything. You could literally make a worst to best and just fill it with random shit and just say, oh, it's how I see it. No, that's not really a worst to best. That's kind of just your favorites. If you're making a worst to best, say worst to best high round weapons, worst to best zombie killing weapons, Easter egg weapons, best at saving you. At least give us a little bit of criteria of what it takes to be the best Wonder Weapon. And I hate when people don't do this because it's really kind of like cheating. It's like an easy out to say, oh, I put this here because in my opinion it's better, when we don't know what it's better at. We kind of have to know that in order for us to take your opinion seriously. So also, unfortunately, looks like he's going to commit this cardinal sin, but I guess I can overlook it for now. Let's continue on. I mean, we're only like not even a minute into the video, but you know, let's keep going.
A massive thumbs up. We're trying to aim for 10,000 likes on this video.
He's asking for 10,000. I only want 9,999. I'm a simple common man. I'm a man of the people. That's all I want. You guys can, you know, not break your backs. You guys don't need to go as far as 10,000, but 999, that'll do. And also make sure you guys leave a like on his video. Be nice. Don't go over there and be an asshole. Please don't do that. This is not an attack video. It's just mainly me goofing off and explaining why I think, you know, my opinions are better than everybody else's because, you know, I'm a bald piece of shit. So again, no assholes. Be good man.
If you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this and you have suggestions on other lists that you want to see, let me know down below in the comment section. But I'm going to take a deep breath as we get ready
another
to list
weapon ranking
every
video, please.
Zombies weapon in Call of Duty from worst to best. Okay, are you ready?
Worst to best
Grab
what?
your
Please.
popcorn, get comfy. It's going to be a long one. Let's get into it.
He's not going to.
Now, coming in at the worst Wonder Weapon that Call of Duty Zombies has ever seen, and this is no surprise, it's the Thrust-to-Dine Aeronautics Model 23,
there it is,
or better known as the Jet Gun. Now,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I've said this a million times, and I will continue to say it. The Jet Gun is either the worst Wonder Weapon or the best, depending on how exactly you want to look at it. On paper, the best Wonder Weapon. Infinite ammo, infinite damage, it can get infinite amount of kills. It's the best Wonder Weapon on paper. But in reality and usability, it's a piece of shit. It breaks, it slows your movement down, it's hard as hell to use. You have to actually build it, and getting those parts is a pain in the ass, and if you break it, you gotta put it all together again. The Jet Gun is a piece of shit to use, but again, on paper, it's the best. In reality, it's not. So you can really put it at the beginning or the end. It can't be in the middle. It's either got to be at the beginning or the end. There's no in between.
Now, where on earth do we even begin with this?
Begin with the transit. That's where it begins.
Wonder Weapon. Well, this gun appeared in transit. We've not seen it since, thank God. And it's a Wonder Weapon that is a buildable. So you've got to collect 4 parts around the map before you can build this thing. And it is just terrible. It works by sucking zombies towards it and then giving them in its rotors. And you can even kill zombies located behind the player with this thing. But the thing that makes this an absolute tragedy is that the weapon can break.
Yeah, the weapon can break really easy, and what I find funny about the jet gun is the only real way to use it is to actually, like, glitch it to kind of use it. You have to, like, knife and then pull it out or something like that. That's really the only way to use it. So you can't use it really properly without almost killing yourself. You have to do a glitch to actually use this thing properly, and it's just fucking retarded. This gun is an absolute joke to use, and I would love to meet the man who actually thought of the jet gun, because fucking hell, I have a lot of questions I would like to ask you, my man.
Treyarch, how do you create a wonder weapon this diabolical? Easily
well, I'm
one
asking,
of the
man.
worst wonder weapons we've ever seen.
I can agree with pretty much everything you said.
It's pretty terrible. This thing can
kill
you, zombies at any
so
round,
bad.
but it has a few seconds for it to charge up before it can actually kill the zombies.
Lady.
I don't want to talk about this gun anymore because it's actually making me angry. But yeah, jet gun, worst gun ever.
Alright, it seems like we got some pretty common ground. We're 1-1 so far. We completely agree on the jet gun. I like that. Let's keep this streak up. Let's keep it going, alright? Let's keep it going.
So coming up next in our list is the Wrath of the Ancients bow, which is of course in Der Eisendrache. This is...
Why would you... I don't get this. Why do you have the unupgraded bow? Like, does anybody ever just... like, when I make a list, I never even consider this because it's the unupgraded version. That's like considering the unupgraded ray gun for a list, or like the unupgraded anything for a list. Like, this isn't the full thing. I mean, I could kind of understand putting it somewhere, but to me, like, you don't have the finished product here. Like, you ain't looking at the full thing. You just, you know, have it halfway. I mean, I don't know. Is it just me? Is that just me that thinks that's weird? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Let's keep going.
Bow made of bone and a mysterious adhesive paired with explosive flame tipped
Look, it's kind of stretching it.
And as a weapon on its own, it's not too bad. It will serve you well until, of course, you can get one of those upgraded bows. It's not really a weapon you're going to be using for the entire game, but it's definitely not a useless weapon by any means, but you're not going to really use it for a long time. But for
interesting
the
choice
basics
for
of what
a
it's
weapon,
used for,
I guess.
it's an effective wonder weapon, but it's definitely not up there. It's definitely the best wonder weapon in Exo Zombies by far, and if you disagree, then I'm gonna fight you. Alright, the next
boxing
thing
match,
on the
let's do it, me and
list
you.
is the Winter's Howl from Call of Duty Black Ops, and we saw
Winter's
this in the map
Howl,
5,
interesting
as well
choice.
as in Baruch on the
Very,
remaster
very
version
interesting.
on Black Ops 1. Now, the way that this gun works is
agree with
pretty
it.
weird,
I can agree with
and
it.
it's not very effective,
Like
so
it.
let's try
Like
and
the
break
spot.
this down. It
Okay.
fires a blizzard of ice that affects
Blizzard.
zombies, and after a predetermined amount of hits, a zombie begins to show signs of freezing, such as water vapor in the air and the zombie slowing down. The shot also causes some damage to the zombie, and if the zombie is hit again while slowed,
a lot of
it's stopped in
explanation.
its tracks and is cased in an ice cube.
What?
And from this point, the zombie can immediately be dead when it's frozen, or
This is a lot of unnecessary explanation. You shoot a zombie, and if you do enough damage, they'll freeze and burst. There. I just saved you like 2 minutes.
if
Fucking
it's
hell.
left for a few seconds, or
So
walked
much
into,
unnecessary explanation.
The ice cube will shatter. Now, the Pack-a-Punch version, the Winter's Fury,
What does that to say?
isn't that much better besides it gaining 9
I mean, I
rounds
know.
per match.
I mean, I know sometimes that I do it. I give a very long and unnecessary explanation, but I'm a hypocrite, so I don't care.
With 36 spare rounds, with a longer freeze time and more power. But in the later rounds, this thing is...
Is it bad that I'm jealous of his hair? Is that a bad thing? It's looking nice.
because its
nice.
effectiveness just isn't there. Always found the Winter's Howl to be a very weird wonder weapon, almost like the
very
ugly
weird.
duckling of wonder weapons. It just
Sadly,
doesn't
it
really
is.
suit it being in the class and category of other wonder weapons in Black Ops 1, but nevertheless, Winter's Howl,
Poor
anyone
excuse.
like it? Let me know in the comments.
I kind of like the Winter's Howl. So far, we're 2-2, man. Completely agree. Good job. 2-2. I mean, there's another wonder weapon that I think is a little bit worse than the Winter's Howl, but I can accept this. We're good. 2-2. I like it. I love the Winter's Howl. It's a fun weapon to use. I hate using it for high rounds because it's a piece of shit. Like, I can acknowledge it's a piece of shit. I love it, but it's god-awful. It's very, very poor. It's not going to last you that long. They should have gave it, like, a lot more ammo, like some ray gun numbers to make it somewhat decent, but I can agree with where it's at. I love it, but it's not that good. 2-2. I like where we're at so far. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, man.
Alright, this next bit is obviously not really going to trigger a lot of people, but of course people
I'm
are
ready
going
to
to
be
have different
triggered.
opinions, and
I'm
we're
ready.
now going to be ranking these staffs on Origins in
Staffs
terms
are kind
of
of
the worst to the best. Now this is just my
weird
opinion.
place to-
Of course, your list might be slightly different. This is not
staffs-
talking about the upgraded ones.
Oh.
This is just talking about the
Why?
normal ones that you build
Why?
to start.
Does anyone build like half the bow and just say, fuck it, that's good enough? Or does anyone build like half the staves and say, fuck it, that's fine? You don't need the full thing for literally everything. I've never once built half the staves and said, it's cool, we're halfway there, it's good enough. Like, you're looking at the unupgraded version of the staff. It's not really, that fair to put it in its own kind of category. It's like looking at the unupgraded version of any other wonder weapon. Is it me? Like, do I just think that's weird? Is that just me? Or do other people think that's weird? Let me know down below. I think that's weird. I don't know. Are we gonna see like the unupgraded versions of all the other wonder weapons? Because we already missed the winter. I don't get it, man.
Off with.
I don't get it.
And in my list, the order goes fire, lightning, wind, and ice. Now this is across both the Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 version. I feel like the Staff of Fire, when it's just on its own, normal, non-upgraded, isn't very good. Of course, when it's upgraded, it's a completely different story here.
Why is it not good?
In terms of the Staff of Wind being the second best, it's almost like a mini thunder gun of sorts.
Mini thunder gun.
When you first build that, it's very useful. And the Staff of Ice,
how is it useful?
In Black Ops 3, is so much better than it was in Black Ops 2, and it's just genuinely...
Are we just looking at the Black Ops 3 stabs or the Black Ops 2 stabs? I mean, I'm assuming Black Ops 3 because that's the ones we're showing, but...
A great staff in my opinion, but if your order is different, let me know in the comments.
I don't get it. Like, how did you order them? What are we looking at? Like, they all are kind of good at different things. I don't... Dude, like, this list is so fucked. Like, I don't think I got enough flex tape to fix this shit. Like, I just don't think I have enough. Like, we're probably gonna have to run to Home Depot or something. I don't think I got enough for this shit.
Afterwards is the classic wonder weapon, the one that started everything off, and that is the ray gun. Now, over time, people have really started to dwindle less.
There's a weapon that I don't think needs to be ahead of the ray gun, but okay.
The ray gun being an important weapon to always carry.
I can see it.
When it was first introduced in NAC,
Revive me, have the ray gun.
Everyone loved the ray gun. As soon as you got the ray gun out the box, you knew that you were set in to go to high rounds. With the introduction of PhD
back in the day,
and Black Ops 1,
yeah, I can see that.
Made the ray gun.
I could see that. I could see that. High rounds back in the day was like the 30s. I remember when I first got to 30 on World at War Darius, I thought it was like tough shit. We didn't know the ray gun was as bad as we do nowadays. Like, we thought it was the GOAT back in the day. Nowadays, you know, we're no longer preaching, revive me! I have the ray gun. We ain't preaching that in church anymore. Nowadays, it's like, oh, I got the ray gun out of the box? Damn. Yeah, the ray gun's just not as good as it used to be, man.
A more viable option, but over the time, the ray gun has just become a lot weaker in comparison to other wonder weapons, and it just doesn't really hold up well in today's zombie standards on a gun that you're going to want to rely on. It's still the absolute classic, but it's just not that good.
The things that killed the ray gun, it's a couple of things. Number one, we got to higher and higher rounds, so we were able to see that the ray gun actually isn't that useful on high rounds. Number two, PhD Flopper. When we had PhD Flopper, you would always grab the ray gun because there's no chance of you actually hurting yourself. But without PhD Flopper, it's kind of useless. Number three, we have better wonder weapons and just better weapons in general that overshadow the ray gun. So with all that and us getting better ray guns and the ray gun itself not improving, the ray gun's just done nothing but go straight downhill. And that's kind of sad because it's a fan favorite. It's an iconic weapon of zombies. I love it. But man, it does not hold the status that it once had. It's pretty sad when you think about it.
All right, continuing down the list, and this is an interesting one because I was actually going to put this a little bit higher than we've actually left it at, but its usefulness and its effectiveness is also counterbalanced by just the impracticality of the weapon itself. And this is the VR11 in Call of the Dead, which I believe is one of the most underrated.
I mean, I don't think it should be ahead of really any weapon. It depends how we're looking at things. Are we looking at it like if you're just playing solo? Or are we looking at it if you're playing with friends? Like, you really have to define what you're looking at when you're making a list like this, so that way we can understand the choices you make. When you kind of just say worst to best and don't explain anything, it kind of just makes us not understand some of the decisions. But I do agree that this thing should definitely be at the lower end of all the Treyarch wonder weapons. It's just not that good. Personally, me, I'd put it at the worst, especially if you're playing solo. It's useless. Completely fucking useless for high rounds. Easter egg, you really kind of do need it, but if you're trying to do anything, it's completely useless. If you're playing with multiple people, one of the best wonder weapons you could ever have, it should definitely be at the top if that's what we're looking at. But I just don't get it. If we're looking at the weapon as a whole, I guess it should be right here, but I just don't get it, man.
Ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies. Now, the main purpose of the VR11 is it turns zombies into humans, which the zombies are attracted to, and the zombies follow that human as it screams and runs into a pool of water. So in a way, it's a bit like a monkey bomb, but upgraded, this thing can again do that effect, but with a much stronger human. It can also calm George down and get rid of him completely, which is very useful.
Not completely, only for like a round or two. I think it's like a round, pretty sure. He doesn't go away forever. He comes back with vengeance.
Main effectiveness, which I feel is underrated for.
I don't think he's gonna mention this part, and I don't blame him. But if you also shoot a zombie, I believe 3 times with the upgraded version, that zombie's gonna explode. It's not a very powerful explosion, but the zombie will explode, and it's very hard to pull off, especially if you have a train behind you. Muy difficult to pull off.
Is that it can grant someone an insta-kill, which is absolutely insane. If you have a teammate in a game with an upgraded VR11, if you shoot your teammate with that VR11, they have insta-kill, and they're...
It would have been pretty cool if you would have had, like, the insta-kill footage. I mean, I didn't do it for my video because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But there's no excuse for you, my man. You are
Invincible
not a lazy
for about
bald piece of
3
shit like
minutes.
me.
So it's very different
No excuses.
for a wonder weapon to have
No
this
mercy,
ability.
Sensei.
Rather of it to be effective against zombies, it's actually effective against your own teammates. But no one ever really uses it for that feature. And if you're playing solo,
if you're going for high rounds with another person, that's the main reason to have it. If you're playing solo, just don't even grab this thing. It's completely fucking useless.
then the gun is practically useless unless
Exactly.
you're too lazy
I agree
to
with you,
get
man.
rid
High
of
five.
George by using other stronger weapons.
Agree.
And you just use it as a backup gun to just get rid of it.
Completely
The VR11
useless.
is an understated wonder weapon, but it's
No.
not the best, so that's why
It's
it's
just
like
not good.
slap bang in the middle of this list. Now coming in straight after this, and again, same game, we're looking at the JGB215, also
What? The JGB should not be anywhere near. It shouldn't be fucking touching the VR11. The amount of skill gap. It's like putting me up against Optic Nadeshot. It's completely unfair to him. I'm way too damn good at the game. That is such a huge leap between wonder weapons. You go from like a pile of shit to like a literal god. The JGB is one of the best wonder weapons out of them all, even Black Ops 3. If you take out Gobblegums and Black Ops 3, the JGB is definitely one of the best. Let's consult the numbers. The JGB is capable of getting 1,152 kills. That is one of the most out of every single wonder weapon in Call of Duty Zombies history. Now, granted, I'll give you the fact that it doesn't get the kills. You kind of get the kills. You just shrink the little baby zombies down. I will also grant you the fact that the zombies can still hurt you, but it's going to take like 20, 25, 15. It's going to take an insane amount of hits to actually down you with Jug. So as long as you're not an idiot with a weapon, you're probably not going to kill yourself. Also granted that the zombies can still rise back up. But as long as you're somewhat capable of using this wonder weapon, especially in Black Ops 3 where it's completely fucking easy, this wonder weapon is a fantastic gun and definitely one of the best. I don't think it should be behind majority of the weapons on this list. It doesn't matter if we're looking at how far can this weapon take you for high rounds or how good this weapon is at saving you. It's good at them all. I don't get what we're looking at here. I just don't get it, guys, because there's no excuse for this weapon to be... That triggers me. I'm triggered. It's 2018. I can be triggered if I want to be triggered. I identify as an M1A1 Abrams tank, and he is not respecting my privileges. I'm going to let it slide. All right. Maybe he will have a good explanation for why it's this low,
known
right?
as the baby gun. Now this thing is a ton of fun to use, and when it's
Fun, I
not
love it. It's
upgraded
fun to
and
use.
upgraded, this thing is a real machine. It's basically the only weapon you're gonna have to use in Shangri-La if you want to go
the wonder
for
weapon.
high rounds, especially on solo, and it's a great weapon. The only thing that has its downsides is that it does have the possibility of downing you if you aren't very experienced or coordinated with the timing of the zombies being the little babies.
This gun is not that difficult to use. You use it like twice, fucking even once. You understand how it works. It's not that difficult. The zombies shrink down, you kick them, you shoot them, you do anything, they die. It's not that difficult to use.
And turning back into
easy.
humans, it's still a chance that you could die from it. And
Not at all. The baby zombies do so little damage that you have to be a complete noob to die.
It gets to the really high rounds, there's chances where you're just not going to be very effective with this weapon, and it is a very weird one, how you shoot zombies then you have to run into them in order to kill them. It's a hilarious weapon, but it's obviously not the best one, but still a fantastic wonder weapon.
This is the best weapon in Black Ops 1. Numbers wise, and even practicality wise, it is the best. Kills and drops. It's the best. There's no argument here. It is the best. Like,
and a real big classic. Coming in at the 25th spot, which is almost right slap bang in the middle now. There's, like I told you, 47
something that's better be a
weapons,
fucking
and
damn good
25th
wonder
on
weapon.
it. And this is the scavenger.
what? No. I love the scavenger. I fucking love it with all of my titties. But it should not be ahead of the JGB. This thing will kill you way sooner than the JGB. This thing poops out way sooner than the JGB. It's not as good as saving you immediately as the JGB. I don't get what we're looking at here. I'm so upset right now. Like, I don't even get it. This list is horseshit. It makes me so angry. I pick your chair up and I throw it on the ground. Maybe I jumped to conclusion way too quick. Let's go ahead and just see. Maybe there's a good explanation behind it, guys. Let's see.
This is without a doubt the most powerful sniper rifle we've ever seen in zombies
fair.
and probably ever will.
That's fair.
This thing is an absolute machine.
Yeah,
and can take out entire hordes.
I mean, it depends. Like, the SVU can get many kills on round 50. The Draken can. A lot of other weapons can. This really can't, but I'll let that slide though. I'll let that
Zombies. Pair this with PhD Flopper and you've got yourself a real machine. The only thing that gives this sniper rifle a little bit of a negative edge is the fact that it takes about 5 seconds or so from your shot for it to blow up.
I just don't get it, guys.
It's exactly the best weapon to use against George either, but it's still an amazing wonder weapon nevertheless, and it can be useful for taking out entire trains.
I love this weapon.
It's going to take a little while for you to effectively get rid of all the zombies.
But it shouldn't be here.
Coming up,
the JGB is better than this thing in every possible way, except for the fact that I love the scavenger more. I just don't get it, guys. I really don't. This list, to me, seems more like an opinion video. And if it's an opinion video, that's fine. Just say, hey, this is my favorite wonder weapons from least favorite to most favorite. Just don't clickbait it and say worst to best when it's obviously not a worst to best video.
Next after this is the KT4 from Zetsubou no Shima. Now, don't get me wrong, we all have our gripes with the map, but the wonder weapon is actually probably one of the best wonder weapons, but it's just not the best. It's a carbon copy of another one, which we're going to look at a little bit later.
Like, I want to go to the numbers, guys. So, like I said with the JGB, it can get 1,152 kills. I did on average, the KT4 can get about 336. The main problem with the KT4 is its ammo. It runs through ammo way too quick. It's definitely going to need some gobblegum to back it up, but still saying that, it does infinite amount of damage, and it's always going to work. And it's one of those wonder weapons where you can just camp your ass off. And if you're about to get cornered, you can just shoot this thing at the ground, and it's pretty much going to save you. So it shouldn't be behind a lot of other wonder weapons on this list, but it definitely shouldn't be in front of the Baby Maker.
But the KT4
I'm upset,
is
guys.
still extremely strong.
I'm upset.
Now, you don't need to hit the box to get this. It's a buildable wonder weapon, and it
terrible
releases a
buildable.
green
I
liquid
fucking hate building
that
this
makes
thing.
spore bags grow.
Dude, I hate playing that dumbass fucking flower. Dude, going underwater and having to become a scuba diver. Like, you have to get your scuba diving fucking license to get this goddamn wonder weapon. And you also have to become a gardener. I don't know how to plant. Like, I just hate building this fucking wonder weapon so goddamn much.
And makes them
I hate
explode. It also makes the Thrasher's spore bags explode, making them easy to kill. Overall, it's a really great wonder weapon, definitely effective for those high round strategies, but I just don't feel it's as great as the Liquefier in my opinion. But now
it's definitely not. No, I can agree with that. It's definitely not as good as the Liquefier. Nowhere near as good. Liquefier was one of the best.
And the other two wonder weapons actually are going to be ranked higher than the next weapon I'm about to mention, and this is the Wolf Bow inside of Horizon.
That's an interesting little
choice.
choice.
I think this bow is definitely underrated, but out of
it is
all
pretty
of them,
underrated.
It's definitely the weakest wonder weapon bow that you can build. It's almost
like, my thing with the bows is they're all used differently. Like, they're not all used the exact same way. Like, if you look at which one can kill a train of 24 the fastest, the wolf bow is going to be your bow. If you're looking at which one can you camp with the longest, it's going to be the storm bow. Every bow kind of works a little bit differently, so it's kind of hard to say which is better. I'm not trying to say, like, I think that my video is the perfect video. I know it is, but still, in my video, I put all the bows together, and I said, depending on how you use each bow, you could probably average about 888 kills with all of them, and that's with all the ammo you actually do have. Again, every bow works a little bit differently, so depending on what you're looking at, one bow is probably going to be better than the other. But when it comes to kills, as long as you use them to their fullest extent, they can pretty much all get around the same numbers. But I guess if we're looking at his opinion, then I guess he thinks very little of the wolf bow and likes the other ones better. I guarantee, I don't even know this yet, but I think the storm bow is going to be highest. I do. I honestly think it is.
It's a bit like a thunder gun.
It is. Call it right now. Call it. Scout's honor. Not even a scout. Fuck it.
The wolf bow has one arrow shot, which is very, very straight.
Unlike my sexuality.
And you're going to be spamming a lot of these arrows in order to save yourself in a clutch moment. So if I've already mentioned the two...
So are we looking at, like, which bow can save you the quickest? Because if we are... No, I'm not getting back into the Baby Maker and the Scavenger. I'm not going to do it. All right, let's just let him get to the next weapon. Let's get through the list, all right? Calm down, Rabbit. Calm down.
Coming in straight after is another classic wonder weapon that we first saw in Shinonuma, and this is the Wonder Waffle DG2, or the Wonder Waffle...
No, I don't care how you pronounce it, it's the Wonder Waffle. I don't care what anyone says, it will forever and always be the Wonder Waffle.
Easy. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this wonder weapon. It is a true classic, and upgraded, it can kill a full horde of 24 zombies.
Not with one shot. The Wonder Waffle can only kill 10 zombies per shot. That's it. Unupgraded, upgraded, it can only kill 10 zombies per shot, not 24. Maybe he means, like, if you shoot a couple more shots, but per shot you can only kill 10 zombies. That's the max you're going to be able to get. With all the ammo you actually do hold, you're going to get about 360 kills. If we're just looking at the weapon itself without gobblegums, because those things are cheat as hell, the Wonder Waffle itself can get 360 kills with all the ammo it actually does carry. Not the world's greatest, it's like around the KT4 numbers, but definitely nowhere near the wolf bow and the baby maker, and especially in terms of saving you, this thing can't take out an entire train of 24, so if you're about to get cornered by more than 10 zombies, you might be fucked. So I don't know what we're looking at here, but all those things you could possibly look at, those other weapons are better than the Wonder Waffle at this. I love it. It's a good weapon. It's fantastic, unless you're playing in World of War Derice, because then you're going to lose Jug, but I don't think it should be ahead of a couple weapons, like at all.
Since we've had the Wonder Waffle, and we've had a lot of Wonder Weapons since, and may I remind you, 46 other Wonder Weapons, there's a lot that just are a lot more effective and quicker and better than the Wonder Waffle, but the Wonder Waffle boasts some great damage, also has a lot of ammo when it's upgraded, and overall it's a great weapon. I just think there's a lot more weapons that are better. Coming in after is the Paralyzer from Berry. Now this is...
Depending on what you're looking at, the Paralyzer is... I don't know. Like, if we're just looking at high rounds, which I don't think we are for this list, but if we're just looking at high rounds, after like round 7 or something, this becomes basically ineffective as a killing tool. It's still useful for a lot of the strategies, but for a killing tool, it becomes ineffective. So up until that point, it is one of the best wonder weapons, if not the best, because up until that point, you could literally sit there on that ledge with this Paralyzer and Vulturade and not have to do anything. All you need is one finger, and all you need to do is click the fire button, stop clicking it, get in the Vulturade, let the Vulturade fart gas do its thing, and then click the button again, and that's all you have to do. So if we're looking at like early rounds or like saving you, this is the best because it has infinite ammo. All you need to do is let it recharge. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Like, this list is not just confusing me mentally, it's also confusing me sexually. Like, I just don't get it.
Absolute classic weapon. I don't really think like I need to explain why, but we're going to do it anyway just to remind you.
Let's hear it, boy.
The reason that makes the Paralyzer so good is it has unlimited ammunition, but it will overheat with constant use. It also makes this weapon amazing is if the Paralyzer is pointed downwards and fired while you press the jump button, the player will be propelled into the air for as long as they hold down the trigger, allowing you to reach various rooftops, bypassing pathways blocked by wreckage. Like a punch, it is the Petrifier, which features a slower overheat.
Camp on that ledge for days, son.
About 10 seconds straight instead of the normal 6. Both versions can be cooled down when the player collects ammo drops through Vulture Aid, which is awesome as well. And it's also highly beneficial should you get cornered, as it will slow down and potentially kill a horde of zombies, allowing you to make a quick escape. It's an automatic weapon with infinite ammo, and it's an absolute beast. The only way you get to high rounds and Berry is with the Paralyzer,
and a corner.
It's a hot classic weapon. But the weapon that comes in just slightly better is the Sliquify from Dark.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. What beats the Sliquifier? Like, I can understand like 2 weapons that can beat this fucking thing. This thing is still one of the most... It was so overpowered before patch, and even after patch, it's still really fucking, honestly, dare I say, overpowered. All you need is a corner or something and just sit there and let this thing do its thing. That purple jizz is going to go from zombie to zombie, just tearing them up. You don't need to do anything. You just need to sit there. Like, it is a more dangerous weapon to use, so I can kind of understand that, but like, dude, this is so low on the list. That honestly upsets me. Like, for real. Like with all the other weapons, I pulled some numbers. This thing is going to be able to get 1,200 kills on average. You could definitely get that thing up. You could definitely get that thing down. Depends on how exactly you use it. There's no guarantee you're going to get that much, but I averaged it out to around there. That's a shit ton of kills. That's more than the Baby Maker. That's a lot of kills with this thing. This thing is very fucking good when it comes to kills. When it comes to saving you, it's still pretty good. It is a little bit dangerous if you're near a ledge. I definitely do think this thing should have been much higher on the list. It just got put on a shitty map, and it doesn't get the credit it deserves, in all honesty.
Rise. Now, this is a buildable wonder weapon.
Another fucking buildable. I hate buildables, though.
It fires an unknown purple liquid substance, which creates a
that music's kind of loud
on the floor that both the players and zombies can slip on. Now, the zombies explode if they come in direct contact with the liquid when the weapon is fired, and one shot can kill every zombie in a horde of 24, as long as the blast chains those zombies. And with good luck and coordination, it's possible to kill a huge number of zombies with one shot, as a
average
chain
1,200.
Continuously reach
I did the
more
math.
and more newly spawned zombies
MAFF,
before the effect ends. And this is a one-shot kill until round 100 before it makes crawlers, meaning this thing has 5,000,000
Gonna last you a long time.
damage, which is just, and in the early days of Die Rise, there was a great spawn in one of the elevators where you could kill zombies.
Still a good spawn choice. That's still a good place to sit.
Shooting shots of the Sliquifier. This thing is super overpowered, and it's just an amazing wonder weapon.
But why is it so low on the list? You didn't explain why it was so low on the list. You just said it was super overpowered. So this next wonder weapon better be hella overpowered.
Gun, which can also
That's
be
not hella overpowered.
into the Zap gun dual wield.
Like, I love this weapon, but it's not hella overpowered.
Moon. Now, by default, when you pick this up,
I
the
love
gun
it.
is found in
It's great.
its dual wield configuration, which is the Zap gun dual wield, and these fire red balls of electricity that kill zombies instantly upon impact, similar to the Wonderwaffe DGT.
Only bad part about this weapon is it doesn't create drops, so getting drops you have to resort to other means, like getting kills with other things, and then hacking it if it's not a max ammo. That's the major downside to this wonder weapon if you're not playing on Black Ops 3, because on Black Ops 3 you just gobble gums for days. But if you're playing on Black Ops 1, that's the major downside to the wave gun, was getting drops and getting max ammos. You basically had to resort to throwing this thing in the box and trying to get it again. That's basically what it came down to.
To cough up blood, slowly expand and explode, resulting in an instant death at any round. You can pop these guys like they're popcorn in the microwave. It's so useful.
I love the little ding when they explode. That's always very satisfying to me.
At high rounds, due to its large mag, the ability to change fire mode, as well as its infinite damage.
Speaking of high rounds, let me go ahead. I've done with all the other wonder weapons. We might as well do with this one. This one's capable of getting 820 kills. That's roughly a little bit less than the bows. And since this thing can't create drops, getting max ammos is not going to be a thing. You're going to have to resort to other methods. So high rounds, it's a very good wonder weapon. It's not the best, but it's still pretty good. But it's definitely not better than a couple other weapons on this list. That's blasphemy. Like, the Church of Rabbit does not accept this at all.
But if you want to go for higher rounds on Moon that doesn't involve using a double pack-a-punch weapon, the wave gun is the way to go. And since it has unlimited damage, it's just an absolute beast. Alright, now here's where things are going to get very interesting. We're spicing things up now, and we're talking about some of the most beloved wonder weapons in all of zombies. So
what is it?
Get ready, don't get too triggered, but get your comments ready if you disagree.
Triggered.
Now, we put the wolf bow as the worst, and it's undeniable that it's definitely the weakest bow out of Dryas and Drac, but the second weakest that
nope, Rabbit, let him finish.
I'm gonna say here is going to be the fire bow. Now, this thing is really,
like I said with the wolf, I'm not gonna completely re-explain myself, but it depends how you use the bows. Every bow is good at a certain thing.
Awesome, and don't get me wrong, it's a great bow,
I guess,
but there's just better bows to use, in my opinion.
Depends on what you're doing.
Slightly better.
What's slightly better?
Boreas Fury, which is the Staff of Wind upgraded.
Staff of Wind.
In Origins. Now this.
So the Staff of Wind, like I said, guys, I like my numbers here. The numbers never lie. With the Staff of Wind, averaged out to when you upgrade the thing, because for some reason you looked at unupgraded versions, you can get 528 kills. The thing that really hinders the Wind Staff is the ammo. You have to actually charge this thing for it to actually do anything on high rounds. If you're using the unupgraded shot, eventually you're just going to be wasting your time, and I really don't know that many people that just use the unupgraded shot unless they're about to die. And even then, once you get to a certain round, it's not going to do anything, so you definitely have to charge it for this thing to work. And like I said, on average, 528 kills. You could definitely probably get some more, probably get some less, but it's definitely not better than the bows. All the bows can definitely get almost 900 kills. They carry a lot of ammo. It's a good staff. Like you said, don't get me wrong. It's a good staff. I fucking love it. It's my second favorite, but I don't think the others...
There's like no staff or really any bow, which is absolutely useless to use, but this one functions pretty much like it does the Staff of Wind, although the Blast of the Wind has more range and a wider area of effect.
The Staff of Wind and this are the same thing. This is just the upgraded version.
To charge it up at the cost of more ammo per charged shot, but it fires the initial blast of wind and then rapidly forms a tornado, attracting any zombies fairly close to it.
And that tornado is always going to kill. It's very, very powerful. Unlike, some of the other, staves, lightning, fire.
Instantly killing them, which looks amazing in my opinion. But I just
don't look really nice.
It's the best staff. You're gonna have to wait.
It's not the best, but we all know it's the ice. We all know it's the ice. If you don't put the ice as the best staff, that's blasphemy, because the ice is definitely the best staff. It's gonna take you the farthest. Like there's no doubt about that. It's the best staff.
That I'm gonna
right?
put, which is
Please tell me you put it
slightly
at the
better
best.
in my opinion. This is definitely reflective of the Black Ops 3 version, is Yul's Arrow, which is the Staff of Ice upgraded. Now, of course, when it's
Son of a bitch. This is the best staff. I don't know what you're looking at. High rounds wise, this is the best one. Kills wise, this is the best one. If you're looking at early rounds saving you, I could see the argument to be made that this isn't the best staff. But if we're looking at early rounds saving you, a bunch of other weapons should be at, like, I don't get it, man. They're like, this is definitely just an opinion list. Like, this is not a worst to best whatsoever. This is definitely just your opinion. You just put the weapons you like the least to the most. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, don't put the title worst to best when you're not actually looking at worst to best. You're looking at about 800 kills with this thing, and it's going to take you to 100 plus. It's going to last you for a very, very long time. Like, there's just no way the fire and the fucking lightning should be ahead of this at all.
It's the same as
like,
the
just
normal
no.
Staff of Ice,
9.
A bigger range, a wider
Other words for no. No.
And you can charge it up, which releases an initial blast of ice and then expands in a circle, creating a blizzard, attracting nearby zombies and instantly freezing and killing them. For high round strategies, the Staff of Ice upgraded is definitely going to be more effective than the Staff of Wind upgraded, and
other ones.
That the high
the
round
other ones too.
Is to camp in the mud and use the Staff of Ice upgraded. It's just an absolute beast and has a huge effect.
I want to hear the reasoning for the other two staffs to be ahead.
Than the Staff of Wind, killing more zombies, but it's still not the best staff in my opinion. When it comes to getting those clutch moments, the Staff of Ice does take a second or two for the zombies to actually get frozen and could potentially.
So from the way he's talking about like some weapons, it looks like we're looking at the best weapons to save you if you're about to go down. And even if we are, this list still doesn't make any sense, but it kind of at least I get some structure to it. So that's how I'm going to look at the rest of these weapons, is saving you before you're about to die. We're going to throw away the numbers for now. I know, right? We're going to throw away the numbers. We're just going to look at the weapons for saving you. And then if we're looking at that, then I can kind of understand why this is here and the other two staffs are ahead of it. I can kind of understand that, but
up your game. The next staff we're going to have on our list that's better is the Staff of Fire.
I'd love to hear this one. Let's hear it.
Which is called Gatutsuchi's Blood. I've never been able to pronounce that one very well.
Let's hear it.
And just like with the Fire Bow, it's probably one of the hardest staffs to create in my opinion. And
it's pretty easy to create actually. I always find it really like it takes definitely a little bit longer because you have to wait till the panzer to spawn in, but it's still pretty easy to get. Like, you just gotta fill up the thingies and then go do the thing at the church. Like, it's honestly one of the quickest in my opinion. Just, you know, it takes a little bit longer because they have to wait till the panzer spawns in.
It's a bigger blast radius, and any zombies hit point blank range will be vaporized by the fire, which is amazing. It's a very good weapon to have. Staff of Fire against the panzers is definitely the way to go. It's the strongest staff of all of them against the panzers.
Okay,
and it's truly a lifesaver. I can get behind that. But I still don't think it's the best. And of course, there's only one left.
How is it the best? How is this lightning the best?
Staff of Lightning upgraded, which is called Kimat's Bite. Now, in my opinion, this thing is the best staff out of all of them. The strength, the power, the usefulness of this
strength.
Thing.
Don't even say strength, dude. Don't even. No.
How long it lasts. It's definitely the most effective staff, and it's my favorite staff to use, bar the ice staff in Origins Remastered if I'm going for a high ramp. But
no. Cue the footage.
Stay back! Warning you! Your friend was not in pain. We will be rewarded. Are you?
The lightning staff is the worst staff if you're going to high rounds. Like, I understand it's your favorite, But I can put my biases aside when I'm making a top 10, a worst to best. I can put all my biases aside and say, I love this weapon, but it fucking sucks. I love the scavenger. It fucking sucks. I love a lot of weapons. Like the PM63, I fucking love that weapon, but it's pretty fucking shit unless you're under a certain scenario. I can agree that certain weapons are bad. The lightning is just bad. Like, I can get behind the point that it can save you if you're about to go down, but honestly, I'd rather have the wind. If you're going to high rounds, I'd rather have the ice. I don't get it. Like, I get it has a lot of ammo on early rounds. I don't know. I don't know.
If you guys would list them any differently, let me know in the comment section. This doesn't leave a lot of weapons left, but
we're on the final couple.
We're on the final couple ones. Number 42 on the list is the Stormbow in Horizon.
Stormbow,
now,
okay.
It's a fight between the Stormbow.
I was wrong. I'll gladly admit that. 100% wrong. I thought the Stormbow he's going to put as the best bow. GG, way to prove me wrong. GG, G fucking G, man.
Of all of them to use, it's so effective. It's an instant working bow, and it can kill tons. But when it comes to the Void Bow, I'm going to have to rank it as only slightly better, because the Void Bow can kill so many zombies. These things can like fly around the map and kill zombies that are not even near you. You could easily use this in a co-op game.
I can agree with that.
Your friends and kill their zombies if they're training somewhere else, because this bow is so effective. Those Apothicon skulls will just fly around and kill any zombies anywhere on the map. It's actually pretty insane.
Like, real quick, sum it all up. Like I said, each of the bows has their pros and cons, and they're all used completely differently. So depending on how exactly you use it, one bow is going to be better than the other one. So you can really kind of set them up to however you want. So I'm not really going to harp on them too much for which bow is ahead of the other one, but I will harp on which bow is ahead of a bunch of other fucking weapons, because all the bows can roughly get you around the same amount of kills. One could probably get you more than the other depending on how you use it. They shouldn't, fuck it.
Staffs, we've done all the bows, we've done pretty much every elemental wonder weapon that's ever been, so what could possibly be next? And that, my friends, is going to be the Blunder Gat, but more importantly, the Acid Gat in Mob of the Dead. When that is upgraded to the Vitrolic Withering, oh my goodness, this thing is amazing. It's a monkey bomb, essentially.
Yeah, it's a monkey bomb. That's all it is.
To an extremely
it's a monkey bomb.
Round.
The Acid Gat's a good tool. It's a good monkey bomb weapon. Like, you absolutely need it. But if you're looking at killing zombies, Sweeper's better. If we're looking at, like, saving you, I guess this is still pretty good. But it's not the greatest wonder weapon.
Now, the only issue with the Vitrolic Withering is it's going to start to make crawlers at around round 20 to round 23. And this gun does inflict damage to the player, so of course you're going to have Juggernog. But if you combine this weapon with a shield and Juggernog, you're going to be going for extremely long time, because this thing has a ridiculous amount of ammo and it will just keep killing the zombies all day long.
You throw any other wonder weapon that can do infinite damage on Mob of the Dead, that wonder weapon is going to be the main wonder weapon of the map. You throw like the JGB, the Wolf Bow, the Wonderwaff, they're going to be used more often than this weapon.
It's got a lot of ammo, it's very fast to reload, it's super strong, it's just sick. But now,
it is awesome, I love it.
Truly get interesting.
What do we mean, like the top 3 or 4, something like that?
So what gun is coming next? It's been very difficult, and I've had to think long and hard about this.
I
and
bet you did.
Opinionated, so
there's that word, opinion.
Please let me know why.
I do.
But I'm gonna rank
I made a video.
Ray Gun Mark III as the next weapon here.
No!
Ray Gun Mark III is without a doubt a wonderful weapon, a fantastic and very powerful weapon. Now it consists of the GKZ-45 on the left, which shoots yellow
not be this high, comrade. Not at all. And also, the Mark II, you haven't said the Mark II yet. The Mark II should not be ahead of this. Like, I fucking love the Mark II, but it shouldn't be this high.
And the actual Ray Gun Mark III on the right, which shoots thinner versions of the Ray Gun's projectile shots, which do not cause splash damage and will kill
zombies.
This
is a good saving you weapon. It's pretty good at saving you.
Hole which will kill all zombies,
like,
and it's a one-hit
good at killing,
kill to a
but it's not infinite damage.
Round. But when you upgrade this, it becomes the Maelstrom of Eris. But the Mark III on its own is a one-hit kill to round 35 when it's upgraded, and the Black Hole is a one-shot kill until about round 40. So it's definitely a very effective weapon. If you get trapped in a corner, you can use this. You're definitely going to escape it. It's just a fantastic weapon and a very imaginative version of the original ray gun, but I just feel it's not the best one. Now that leaves only 3 weapons left, and the Mark II is going to be involved in them, so where's it going to place? Well, the next weapon we're going to be talking about is the Thunder Gun, which is an absolute classic.
No. There's no way the Mark II is better than the Thunder Gun in unless you're talking about like looks and overall, you know, enjoyability, then I could definitely let the Mark II be ahead. It's definitely a more fun weapon to use. But if we're looking at worst to best, there's no way the Mark II should be, I bet if you put it fucking first, I will cry. I will not hesitate to cry. I will do it, all right? I will do it. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. But the Thunder Gun is better at saving you. It's better at getting kills. It's better at everything, man. It's the fucking Thunder Gun. It's the fucking Thunder Gun. In Black Ops 3, you can get drops with this thing. It's the Thunder Gun. Hell, do you not like the Thunder Gun? It's Russian-made. Very strong, like bear.
The best wonder weapons, period, because it's so strong. It's effectively a super gun. It will just blow the zombies away.
24 zombies
it's the
per
best
shot.
way and one of the most iconic ways of taking out zombies well into the high rounds. And what makes this gun amazing is from close range, and it's a direct hit, the damage is infinite. It will always kill zombies up close, so it will always get rid of a full horde of 24. If you're shooting from a mid-range, the zombies will only be thrown backwards, however, with 0 damage, and you need to shoot them again in order to get that finished
that big
kill.
of a negative,
this
though?
Thing has 28 shots when it's fully pack-a-punch with full max ammo. One of the best wonder weapons we've ever had. But coming in at the number 2 spot,
this will be good.
It only just slowly made its way off from number 1, but it's still an amazing wonder weapon and one of my favorites of all time. We're gonna put the Ray Gun Mark II as the second
How is this almost
best
number
wonder
1?
weapon ever
How?
created. Now, it's without a doubt the best ray gun in my opinion.
No, there's the opinion. Yeah, your opinion differs from mine. I have a problem. It's completely fine if you have a different opinion. You know, opinion's an opinion. But I'm pretty sure if you're looking at a worst to best, you have to take your opinion out of it unless it's like an extremely close call. You have to take your favoritism out of it, or else you're just kind of pandering. You're just making a random list to make the list. You say you put the time and effort into it, but I don't really think you did. You just made a list of your favorites. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're going to make a list of your favorites, just say, hey, my favorite wonder weapons from least favorite to most favorite or something like that. Don't use the worst to best tag just to get the views. There's obviously some really hardcore like bias and just randomness in here. If you're looking at the best at saving you, there's no way this should be anywhere near where it's at. The Thunder Gun should probably be number 1. If you're looking at high round weapons, I completely agree with what you put at number 1 because there's only one weapon left. But there's no way that this should be where it's at. Like, no matter what you're looking at, unless it's your favorites, this shouldn't be number 2. I don't have a problem with the list. Just say it's a your favorite video. I don't have a problem with the list. I have a problem with what you claim it is to be. But I'm going to let you continue. Maybe you make a very good argument. Maybe you turn me to your side. Maybe you can change my mind. Let's see.
Is unbelievable. Just take a listen to
it. It is very strong.
So when it's normally on Pack-a-Punch, this thing does 2,300 damage per shot anywhere on the body.
Very
if you shoot the zombies in the head with this thing, it deals
insane headshot multiplier.
Points of damage.
Insane.
Making it a one-hit kill to an extremely high round, even before
that was weird.
it's Pack-a-Punch. Now, the reason why it has this is it has a remarkable
he wants to show his beautiful face.
damage multiplier, which is nearly a 21.7 times multiplier when a shot hits
insane
the head.
headshot multiplier.
In the later rounds, it's very worthwhile to headshot zombies, as this multiplier also applies to the upgraded version, the Porter's Mark II ray gun.
One hit to like 70 something.
Deals a staggering 100,000 damage per headshot. Now this is enough to kill a zombie in one headshot until round 58, and one burst of the ray gun Mark II until round 70. This is why I'd easily rank this weapon better than the Ray Gun Mark III, as its damage is just undeniably better, and it's just so much more useful for the much higher rounds than the Ray Gun Mark III would ever be. It's also the only ray gun that has a 3-round burst as its fire mode.
Why is it second though? Why? Why is it second?
Weapon, and it only fell short to
How?
the Apothecary
How did it fall short?
in Black Ops 3 Zombies. This gun is just a absolute monster. This gun does infinite damage, okay?
Alright, I agree with number 1. The Apothecary Servant is one of the best wonder weapons of all time, especially when you put this thing with Gobblegum. It's overpowered as shit. Dude, this thing with Gobblegum is way more overpowered than the fucking Liquefier. This thing is... It's pretty ridiculous. I can agree with this thing being number 1, but the Mark II, not at number 2 whatsoever. I don't agree with that. Like, no. No.
Kill an entire horde of zombies to whatever round you're on. It will never lose damage. It is amazing.
Neither will a lot of other wonder weapons on this list.
Shots from you getting it out of the box on its own with full ammo. Now this is without a doubt the best wonder weapon we've ever seen in zombies, because no matter what...
You say without a doubt that this is the best wonder weapon we've ever seen in zombies, but yet when you were talking about the Mark II, You clearly stated that this thing only barely beat the Mark II. Which one is it? Which one is it?
When you use this thing, it is going to save your life, guaranteed. There's no other weapon as strong as this, as there's no other wonder weapon that can deal this much damage forever, and for it to be as clutch as it is. It literally is the Gersh device in a gun that is,
and a bunch of other wonder weapons can do this too.
Gersh, but even better,
the Mark II can't.
Having a black hole the moment you shoot it.
I don't get it, man.
It's never not
I don't
an
get
effective
it.
weapon. There's no arguments about it. This is the best wonder weapon we've ever seen in zombies, and there's never been anything more.
There's no arguments, but yet you clearly stated with the Mark II. That's how I know you didn't put much thought into where these weapons go. It's just because you say one thing and then you'll go on to the next weapon and immediately declare another thing.
Conservant, and I guess Jason thought it already is so overpowered. There's no reason for us to be able to upgrade it in Shadows of Evil because it is just too ridiculous in that map. But then
we got to pack punch in Revelations.
Upgraded it in Revelations where we have
still
this
good
beautiful camo on it. But that's gonna round up this video ranking
maybe there's something I missed. Let's see.
Wonder weapon in zombies from worst
something I missed
to best. If you believe that there's another weapon which you believe is better than Conservant, let me know. But if you
argument could be made, but I kind of agree. Again, it depends like what we're looking at. If we're looking at just saving you, Apothicon or Thunder Gun. If looking at kills wise, like the Liquefier, it's around 100. Like I said, it depends on what you're looking at. The argument could definitely be made, but it definitely deserves to be somewhere up there.
Pat on the back, because this has not been a very quick video at all. It's just
I had to go to around 50 on almost every single map to get the Wonder Weapon footage for my video. Yeah.
Did enjoy it, then make sure to click that thumbs up button, as I really would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get for 10,000 likes.
9,999.
I'll catch you on another zombies video very, very soon. Bye.
So I have a lot of problems with this list. At least with some of the other lists, I can kind of get behind how they were ranking them a little bit. This one was just completely random. I feel like at one point you were looking at them based on high rounds, at the other point you were looking at based on your favorites, and at another point you were looking at them based on which can save you the fastest. Like, you changed how you were basing them throughout the entire video. I don't have a problem with how you rank them, as long as you clearly state how you're ranking them. I don't have a problem if you make a list of your favorites, as long as you clearly state that this is just my favorites. I don't have a problem with your opinion, as long as you can back up your opinion, because you can say that in your opinion 2 + 2 = 18. 2 + 2 does not equal 18. It is your opinion, but it equals fucking 4. There's a clear difference between some of these wonder weapons, and I just don't understand how exactly you were ranking these. This isn't an attack video, it's just that this video could have been so much better. The amount of time and effort you claim to have put into it, in my opinion, doesn't really show. Now, I'm just a bald piece of shit, and I'm clearly a worse YouTuber than you. That's obvious. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and state that right now. You're clearly better than me at everything, especially that fucking hairline. It's so goddamn good. But I will go ahead and take the W on this one, because this list was just abysmal. It was all over the place. I will give you credit for making it. Bravo. Good job on that. Like, just, man, retitle it, like, least to most favorite wonder weapons or something like that, because this is clearly not a ranking video. So, with all of that said, I think that's where I'm going to call this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this entire thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, like I said, 9,999 likes. Go ahead and drop one and then make a fake account and drop another because I told you to. Also, go ahead and check out his video. Don't be mean. Don't go over there and dislike or anything. If you want to leave like a snarky comment, that's okay, but don't go over there and be an asshole. Don't do that. That's kind of a douchey thing to do. It's okay if I do it on a video because I kind of am an asshole, but I don't want you guys doing it. I'll storm that beach for you, so don't go do that. Be nice. And also, real quick, I want to say shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome and sexy as hell, and I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It really does mean a lot to me. If you guys want to be a Patreon supporter, go and check out that link right down there below. Also, while you're down there, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Discord, and any other stupid link I got down there. Make sure you guys follow that. And lastly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.